of This is Tech Talks, and I'm your host, Santosh Yadav. And today I'm alone. Jay is not able to join, as well as Lars is not well. So, hope you get well soon, Lars. Rooting for you. And today we have a very special guest, Vasilika. Uh, I actually approached Vasilika last year for an episode, and then we couldn't do it. Things happened, everyone got busy, and then when I started this show again, I was like, let's go back and ask Vasilika if she is still interested. And luckily, we were able to meet at GDE Summit in Berlin, and then I was like, Vasilika, come here, come here. And then yeah, she's here on the show. So thanks a lot, Vasilika, for joining.
Thank you that inviting.
Yeah, so glad to have you on the show. I mean, so I got to know about Vasilika from, of course, our GT Slack. She's doing some amazing stuff in web technologies, and we are here today to actually talk about an interesting project she built. But before we go ahead, Vasilika, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I can. So, do you want me to share the presentation now?
Yeah, 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 sure.
Yeah,
Go
okay.
ahead.
So, yes, I will try. And just give me a sec. So, I think you should
Yeah,
see now presentation. Now
yeah,
it's good.
yeah. I can.
Um, so, um, regarding today we will talk about low cost projects and how we can run it fast. And you asked me to introduce myself. It's usually my first slide. So hi, I am. For now, I'm 13 years already in development, mostly front end development. So that's why I'm GD, Google Developer Expert in Web Technologies, because I also like to share my knowledge. So for now, I am organizer of Luxembourg JS events. Sometimes we have meetups, not each month. And also, I organized in 2019 my Skill Up School here in Luxembourg, and I'm doing apart my work. So it's a school with several streams for people here mostly in Luxembourg, and I also have my Cute Geek IT agency where I do some extra projects.
Mhm.
So yes, do you want me to continue? You have some questions.
Yeah, I do have a question about Scale Up School, but I think we can just do it at later. So that's not a
Okay,
problem.
okay. So let's then start. How this project firstly was born, like why it was born. Um, I had a request from one girl that she one of enthusiast on this meetings and in Trier. So Trier is a German city. It's close to Luxembourg, and
Hmm.
we after the war started, we went also in Luxembourg to these meetings. So and then we finally met also with people from Germany because it's very close cities. And this girl, she's from Trier. So originally she's from Ukraine, but now she lives in Trier like a refugee.
Hmm.
And she asked me to do a website. So someone told her that I can do it. And I thought that, oh no, I have so many things to do in my list, but I thought that it's actually could be a good project because it's very useful, and also because personally me, when I can try new stack, because out of work I don't have too many pet projects, what you can do and just put them in the table and no one will see them. But this project is really what people can use and they want to use it. And what exactly she asked me to do? Actually, it was just a small website with information, like static information about different activities, what refugees do in Trier, and how they help each other and how they help to Ukraine
Hmm.
different ways. So, and I thought that yes, it could be good project, and this person I really know, so it's even much better. And then I started to think, okay, what can I do? Because no one is judging you. No one stays near you and say, no, you cannot choose this framework or that framework, because at work usually you have style guides, and
Yeah.
you already decided what framework you need to use. And so the question was how to do it like fast, cheap, and good as usual. And firstly, to decide how to approach with this idea, I decided to think about step by step. So firstly, I need get requirements, what exactly should be on this website. Then I need to find people who is going to help me with this, because I really was like overload of my own things to do. And then after you know the people who is going to do this project and you have requirements, you can choose technologies and then just start to develop. So the requirements were we needed just about like 30 static pages. And it should be on 4 languages, because it's close to Luxembourg, and Luxembourg we really have 4 languages, and it's quite common that people speak a lot of languages. And also we need a couple forms. We don't need user database, so it's much easier than photo gallery. Some event calendar registration, and also some opportunity for client to change text or new events to add them somehow. So when you think about these tasks, usually people think about CMS systems like
Yeah.
WordPress, Webflow, Tilde, Wix, but mostly all of them are not very flexible, and you need sometimes to pay. For example, if you want
Yeah.
Wix, Tilde, Webflow, they mostly, you need to pay if you want some extra features.
Yeah.
WordPress is free, but still for WordPress you need PHP, you need hosting, and
Yeah.
also don't forget that we need domain. And okay, from what we started, first instrument what we had, it was Discord, because we spoke with people in Discord. So where exactly it was, I had before I had already channel, my skill up channel, where people wanted to learn development because war, they wanted to switch profession, to move from the country, so something, and to change something in their lives. And I created this channel and help people to grow in this area. But so it always depends on motivation. Some people were more active, something less. So I started to ask these guys, like, who can help with this charity project? So I don't have
Mhm.
budget for this, but you can help, you can have some experience. And so I found about like 5 people to help me. Then again, why I didn't use WordPress or something, because as I said, we needed domain, and hosting. We decided that we don't want to pay, because it's charity
Yeah.
project and they don't have like extra 15 euro per month or something.
Cool.
And then we thought about domain, that we can use GitHub domain, because GitHub provides it for free, as you know. And so it could be like this, some simple domain. And we started develop it on this domain, but now it doesn't work. I will explain why later. So the second instrument what we used, of course, GitHub. We keep our code there. And
Mhm.
why GitHub also is good for projects, because everyone can see who is exactly is doing this project, like how many things or lines of code you wrote. And it's also good very for juniors, because they don't have their projects, and this is very good for their portfolio. Then,
Mhm.
okay, then I decided I need to put all requirements in one place. I started to use Google Docs, of course, to share it for people to understand what they need to do. And then I understood, because we were 5 people, I needed to have some board with tickets to be able to present them what exactly they can do, and each of them can do it. There are a lot of tools for like agile planning or just boards, but I use before I used Trello, but I liked Notion for this. So maybe next time I will choose something else. So our board was like this. Don't be scared, it's Russian language. So yeah. And just regarding this board, wanted to say so that we have here tickets, and we move them
Mhm.
from one to another column. Yes, and in each ticket you can write something. So it's like this, pretty simple. I added some properties, and it would be more clear for guys. So then, of course, for writing website, you need to know basics of HTML, CSS, JS. And my guys from our skill up group, they didn't know like very good JavaScript, or even they were not so proficient in CSS. They knew because I gave them trainings on website online. They tried, but they're not experts in this area. So I understood that I
Yeah.
need to manage everything. And then, okay, Google Chrome, of course, because we looked there, developer tools for debugging, and etc. Google Drive we used for storing different photos, firstly, and some documents which we needed. It's also very useful because you can keep everything in one place. And then the most important thing, what we chose for building website faster. So it was Hugo static generator, static
Oh,
website generator. So of course you know that, maybe you know, maybe you don't know, like there are a lot of different now static website generators like Hugo,
yeah.
Jekyll, you can remember something else like
11 TY.
Next.js also.
Yeah.
11, yes. So
Yeah. 11.
Gatsby also.
Gatsby. Yeah.
What's exactly static? Yes, static generator is that you have just simple. It's almost, you can use it almost like simple HTML code, but with some special like functions which can collect everything what you need, like styles, pictures, everything in one place, and then deploy it as a website. So it's not you don't need to copy each page step by step. You can have like partials of the web page, and
Yeah.
it's very useful. And so it helps us not to build each page from scratch on HTML. So it really helps us to do it very fast, and you can implement a lot of different libraries there already. But it's, you don't need to go for React or Angular framework to learn
Yeah.
something heavier, but it helps. And the next step for styles, we use Tailwind CSS. It was not like just decided that we use specially this library. We just found template because Huey has different templates already, like ready websites. You just need to change content.
Yeah.
And in this template already they use Tailwind CSS. That's why we started with this. Tailwind CSS is just blocks of library of a lot of different classes, and you decide which classes you need to use. For example, for grid system already you can use their special classes. You just need to look at documentation and understand how these classes works. But it will be a lot of small web classes, like with one string row or two string rows, something like this. And then you can get already good grid systems, and you don't need to write it from scratch. So it's like not bootstrap, but a bit another
Yeah.
approach for writing styles. But
Yeah.
also it was good in our case because again, guys were not professional in writing even CSS, but they knew the idea of everything. So then I will try to go faster. So then next step was Google Forms, because as I said,
Mhm.
we need events with registration, and we wanted that this event will be created from clients, so they create different events, and we just created a JSON file where they can put a link to this form, and then immediately it will be deployed on a website, and people can click button on website and then go to this form, and then client can gather all data with Google Sheet, for example, because Google Forms, they export data to the
Go
tables.
ahead, yeah.
Yes, and actually, the last thing what we used, it was some our custom forms, because, for example, forms I can help or you need help, and you can write something on directly on our website. We didn't want to do it as a form, Google form, and there is opportunity for this also with Google Sheet.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, and you can just do some small inputs, and then you need connect your HTML elements with JavaScript, using JavaScript, to the table, Google
Mm-hmm.
table, and then you for this you use Google App Script, and just look at this page. What is it? Actually, you can see that it's like
Okay.
JavaScript. So yes, it's like JavaScript, absolutely. And so I put in the bottom article how easy it could be done. So connecting table, and then your fields on your custom form. So you just say that from this field you goes to this column on the table, and then you have all your data in the table. So you don't need to have database for this.
Yes.
It was low cost solution, and so finally this is all stack what we used. Again, the level of people was junior, so like beginners, absolutely beginners, and they did really great. I'm so happy that they did it. As a result, they it was win-win, because we delivered a product,
Mm-hmm.
and useful product, and people who created it, they got some project in their portfolio, they got experience. They as me, for example, I felt very good that I helped some projects again to be born, and then also we got new friends after this project, and it was really good, I think. And people during this development, we worked in a like agile cycle. You develop, you test, and maybe you deploy, maybe you go back and fix some bugs. Of course, I put their comments on GitHub or in Notion. I put comments to the tickets. So, and in the end, we got this website, Ukraine Interior. We finally got a custom domain because it was
Oh.
gifted to clients, and we just set up the deploy to custom domain through GitHub. And it's all also was absolutely for free.
Mm-hmm.
And so yes, we finished. You can check this website. And what I wanted to say that sometimes you think that you can do nothing in very bad situation, but I think that doing small things, it's much better than doing nothing and saying that, oh, I can change the situation. We can change
Oh.
if each of us do something small, and something good can appear after that, even in very dark times.
Oh, that's true.
So thank you very much for listening, and I hope that it could help some of you to build also some your nice projects very fast without very deep knowledges of our front end crazy technologies.
That's good. That's true. So thank you, Vasilika. I mean, so I have few questions. So I'll just remove the slides, right? So we can
Yeah,
talk about
I
it.
can.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So first question is about this the school which you mentioned, right? So what you achieve, what you
Mhm.
do using the school?
What I'm doing at school, I'm teacher there, and since 2015, I started my own course at another
Oh,
school.
okay.
And on this program, I based my own school here, and I teach people web basics. So I don't go to frameworks. I usually, because last my group was children. It was 10 plus, 10
Okay.
for 10 to 15 years old, and I explained them HTML, CSS, WordPress. The result was that they did their couple pages and small website on WordPress, very easy. And so I just like to share my knowledge with beginners very much because their eyes are really very inspiring when you show them, especially children's eyes.
That's cool. I mean, so it's like a physical school where you go and teach students. Wow, that's
It's
great.
it's no, it's I don't so it was different places actually. So
Okay, okay.
firstly, I was at the office of my previous job because
Mm-hmm.
I started yes when I was almost there. And so yeah, then I changed also the office. And the last course with children, I decided to do it at home. So it was a couple sessions online during COVID time,
Yeah.
and the last session was at my home because I had space for 7 children, and we did very cool sleepovers after.
Wow, that's great. So, I mean, is it like anyone can register to your course, or is it? I mean, how does that work?
I did it in streams. So when I had my free time, because it's only additional income. So when I
Mm-hmm.
had my free time, I started new stream, and I asked people like who wants to join. So the last stream was 1 year ago. It started on February before the war,
Mm-hmm.
and so we finished in June. And the next session, I already didn't ask anyone to join for school, but
Mm-hmm.
I had several lessons with refugees last
Oh,
year.
okay.
And yes, for now, I don't continue. For now, just don't have time.
So it's just like work stuff right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. It happens. So, okay, one question which I had was, of course, you got involved with your students, right? But how you were able to actually motivate them that okay, we should do something because in today's world, no one has free time to do anything, right? I mean, especially when it is not
Mm-hmm.
paid. So, how you were able to
Mm-hmm.
motivate
So for people who came to me for free because I had paid courses and for free. So last year it became for free because of war. I
them?
decided that
Okay.
I can help, but also it was more mentoring. So I explained something, and then I said that there is home task you can do. You are not obliged to do it, but motivation I think goes from people when they see some successful stories and they see that you are very close to them and open to them, so you can
Uh,
share it and they really can ask it. But again, it depends because some people have this problem that when something for free they think that it's not good or something. So that's why I had also paid lessons.
okay. That's, yeah.
Now, my secret for motivation, I think that if we talk, for example, about children, then I had some special motivation for them. I say that those who will not finish homework will not be able to stay at sleepover, and all of them did their homework.
Yeah, kids, you can always handle kids, but it's hard with adults.
You just need to think, yes, on which point you need to push to
Yeah,
press.
that's cool. Cool. So, thank you so much, Vasilika. I think I don't have any more questions. I mean, that's a great initiative which you did. And any other initiatives which you are working on, you want to share with the community?
I had different projects like last year, but the one project I was just involved, it was help for animals in Ukraine. But finally I was so I don't work with them anymore, and I I finished only this project for now. We started
Okay.
in September, but it was not so fast, just because it was not we didn't had really a deadline, so it could be done faster, but we didn't have this problem. So,
Yeah.
and we just deployed it in like this year already. Yes,
Okay.
final deploy on real custom domain was this year. And another project, I think I had so many projects, I even don't remember all of them.
Yeah, that's okay. Cool. So anything else you would like to promote on the stream? So you can
So I
promote anything.
just want to promote that help each other to grow, help each other when people in need. And that's the point of why I did it. So no
Mm-hmm.
one paid me for this. No one actually insisted that I should do it. But it was just like, oh, do you want to help? I said, it's so hard and I have free time. But yes, I want to help.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Yeah, that's true. So it actually brings me to one more question. So how other communities can help in some such situation, right? So do you have some pointers how the other people or other communities can get involved?
Yeah, I think the most problem is with communication because people from real world, they don't know about GTE stuff. They don't know about like where to find good developers or someone who can help them. And that's the problem, that we are not very open. People came to me because they heard, oh, she had a school, maybe she can do a website. So if she teach someone, maybe she can do it. And it goes, for example, in Luxembourg, it's absolutely uh, this radio when someone heard and someone told another person.
Oh.
It's not marketing issue, so you cannot do it like this because people don't trust in marketing usually.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we need just to share more and more about our activities, not only in our GD channels, but also in our personal channels, because people they come, they a lot of people come to me, they ask like, how do you think how much such type of website would cost? Because different websites, people even sometimes don't understand that there are different types of website. Like, do you need database because you need to pay for it, or you can do it without database, just like simple HTML, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
it's okay for like if they need only one page. And there
That's
are different things. Not each project needs React or Angular.
Yeah, true.
You.
I mean, that's a great point you added, that be more reachable, like as a community. If you're running some community, be more open and be more reachable,
Mm-hmm.
so people can come to you rather than you going to people. So yeah, thanks for actually adding that. I mean, I can as we I'm already building community, right? So we have this is learning community which we run with my co-host who's not able to join today, but yeah, and this is a very great point. We would love to actually go ahead and implement that the same there and see how it pays off. So thank you so
Mm-hmm.
much.
Yeah. Let's
So
just share it everywhere that more people will know about that people can do it, and
yeah,
sometimes for free, because it's also reasonable, especially for juniors. And if there is
yeah,
some senior level developer who can help them, so it's a
that's
perfect
true.
match.
That's true. Yeah. So yeah. So thank you so much, Vasilika, for joining
Thank
and
you very
sharing
much.
this with us, sharing this amazing project with us. So thank you everyone for joining and listening to us. We will not be streaming next week. I'm traveling, so in case you are in Berlin, just send me a message. We can meet. I'm going for a conference there, so I'll be around Berlin for 3 days, and yeah, just send me a message. We can meet for a coffee or just dinner or lunch. So thank you. See you. Bye bye.
See you. Bye.